Hey everyone, Dr. Mark Superna, Charlotte, North Carolina. Just want to jump on here real quick and just do a short little teaching session on headaches. So these are my four beautiful girls. I just show it because they up my pretty factor, obviously. But actually, I show this picture because I didn't get a chance to grow up like they did. I grew up in a medical model where if you had a symptom or a problem, it was always a pill or drug to cover it up. So really bad, when I was 7, 8 years old, I had really bad asthma and allergies. And the asthma and allergies turned into medications. I started having shots for allergies. I started doing inhalers, oxygen, stuff like that. Side effects that started causing headaches. So I started having headaches when I was 12 years old. With the headaches I had, they started causing more problems. So I started taking Tylenol and aspirin, and then in turn, that turned into acid reflux when I was 17 years old. So they put me on medications for acid reflux. That threw off my digestive system. So fast forward to my third year of pre-med at University of Iowa. Academic advisor said to me one day, she goes, "It doesn't sound like you liked your doctors growing up. You should really go try my chiropractor." And I thought that was crazy because, if you're pre-med, they taught you that chiropractors are quacks and they don't do anything and blah, 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 all the garbage that the medical industrial complex keeps perpetuating. And I was skeptical, but I went, and basically the chiropractor explained to me how the nerve system worked. He taught me how the brain and body. So I love this. I go through this whole thing with my patients here, but really the chiropractor taught me that your body, if it's functioning at 100%, there should be no sickness, no disease, no problems. But if the body's functioning at 0% function, then that's when you're obviously dead. So your body's functioning either moving towards 100% or moving away from 100%, one way or another. And the less that you're moving, or more that you're moving away from 100%, the less function that you have inside your body. So a chiropractor basically said to me this. He says, listen, brain and spinal cord is what controls every function that you have inside your body. So you can see there, the brain at the top has all the information to keep you healthy, to keep you strong, for your body to coordinate, for it to adapt, to it to heal. And when the brain and spinal cord are connected and the nervous system is working properly, there should be no sickness, no disease, no aches and pains. The body's doing what it's supposed to do. And he explained to me, he says, if you have any damage in the pressure of the nervous system at the top of the spine, then the body can't communicate the messages. Think of it like a kink in the garden hose. If you put a kink in a garden hose, the water can't get through it, and now the water can't get to your garden or wherever you're trying to get the water to. Same thing happens within the nerve system. When your nerve system's not functioning at the highest level, the nerves are trying to send messages from your brain down to your spinal cord through your organs, cells, and tissues for your body to function, heal, to do what exactly it's supposed to do. And it just can't do what it's supposed to do. And so they explained this to me, and I started getting adjusted. And what was amazing about it is within about 2 or 3 months, my headache started subsiding. Eventually, I stopped taking all Tylenol and aspirin, haven't taken another Tylenol and aspirin in 31 years, just because the body will function. It will do what it's supposed to do. However, we do see this process along the way with patients that come into our office. People will come to me and say, hey, look, I have these headaches. We get this a lot, obviously. People with headaches, some people say it's from looking at computers all day long. Some people have said they look at phones all day long. It's their nutrition. It's dehydration. There's a lot of different pieces of the puzzle that go into this thing. But what our primary focus is, we want to see how the nerve system's functioning. And so if the brain and spinal cord are working properly, then the body should be able to work and do what it's supposed to do. So this is a picture of a low back. The one on the left-hand side here, that's the lumbar spine that's moving. It's straight up and down. The nerve system is working perfectly. The guy on the right has all kinds of stress and pressure in the nerve system. That will disrupt the communication. In this guy's case, he had a kidney issue. I'll tell you this whole story a different day. This is about headaches. So you see in this picture, the normal is the one on the left. The normal is a curve. You're supposed to have a curve like a banana in there. And that curve should be between 40 and 45 degrees. When that nerve system works like that, that means your brain is able to communicate, and whatever it's attached to will be able to go through its healing process. Does it mean that you're never going to get sick? No. Our bodies are designed. They were designed from originally to live forever, but then Adam and Eve came along, and you guys know how the rest of the story goes. The picture on the right here, though, is a diseased or stressed spine. This is what mine looked like more, is that I had the spine that lost its curve. And so we couldn't figure out where my asthma, allergies, my headaches, and my stomach ulcers were coming from. And then when they took my x-rays like this, it told me a lot of the story there. And it says, listen, you could eat the best foods, you could drink the best water, you could get the best sleep, you can block your eyes from seeing fluorescent lights, you can stop looking at computers, but I'm still going to have headaches because the pressure on the nerve system is still there on that picture on the right. And so we see this on a regular basis. And then what we do is, as we start to take that pressure off the nerve system, the body will actually go through its healing process. So this is a specific story I wanted to talk about today. This is a very common story in our office. This is Jen. She was 21 years old, massive migraine headaches. And she'd had them since 9 years old. So this wasn't a young thing. This was an old thing. This is not a fluke thing. This is something she'd been dealing with for 12 years. She had been to tons of doctors. She had been to a handful of chiropractors as well. And see, essentially what the doctors would say to her is that, oh, these migraine headaches, try this pill, try this drug, try this. Even the pills that would help lower headaches, it wouldn't take care of the problem because you're not addressing the issue of what's really causing it. Even when she drank the most water, even when she ate the best food, even when she got the best sleep, it didn't matter. The headaches, the migraines, they still kept coming over and over again. The body was trying to send us warnings off, trying to say, hey, there's something different going on here. And then when we did this exam on her and we checked into the x-rays on her, you can see this on the left-hand side. That neck is supposed to be curved like a banana. It's actually curved the opposite direction. It's going the wrong direction. And so because of that, that was creating all this stress, all this tension in the nervous system. And I said to Jen, I said, listen, we're going to go through a process of correcting the spine. I'm going to show you the proper adjustments that you need with a schedule. And then we're going to start to show you how to do home stretching exercises to strengthen and allow your spine to go through its healing process. And as we do that, the pressure will start to come off the nervous system. Your body's going to start to heal. Well, the problem was before in the past, she would go to a chiropractor that would do the heat, the ice, the roller tables, and then give her a couple of adjustments. But then when the headaches go away, what we're taught in chiropractic school is that, oh, symptoms are gone, the problem's gone. And especially if you're billing insurance, because the medical industrial complex only wants to treat symptoms, now all of a sudden this girl's left with a spine after 2 or 3 adjustments, just like my braces. When they put my braces on, if I wore my braces for 2 weeks, it's not going to change anything. And so same thing structurally, if I just adjust her for 2 or 3 times over the course of 2 weeks, it might help her symptoms, but that spine's still going to look like this. And so what we did is we took her through this process of getting adjusted on a regular basis and doing home stretches and exercises, and specifically starting to work on getting her body healing and adapting from the inside. And you can see after about 2 weeks, 3 weeks in our office, her migraine headaches completely went away. That had been there for 12 years, came completely off all of her medications. She stopped in last Christmas. She's been she hadn't been here, and I hadn't seen her in 15 years or maybe 20 years. And she said, I just want to let you know, my migraine headaches never came back again. She goes, but what I did is once we corrected this, you can see the picture on the right. That was after only 3 months of us adjusting her. Her spine almost went to a textbook normal in a short amount of time. But she says, she goes, I just want to let you know, she goes, I still keep up as a maintenance because I don't want my spine to go backwards and for the sickness and disease and the aches and pains and the headaches specifically to start to come back. And that's how chiropractic works in our office. Now, obviously, if you're out there, if you're having headaches specifically, you can go drink more. You probably should drink more water. If you're looking down at a computer all day long, you should probably get a standing desk, and you should probably also do stretches that keep your head and neck coming backwards like this instead of looking down all day long, because that's where a lot of the stress and pressure comes from. You can change your pillows. You can change your bed. You can start to eat calcium or magnesium or supplements or electrolytes and all this kind of stuff. All those things would be great because they will help support your body in doing what it's supposed to do. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. If you have stress in the nerve system like this, then the only way to see that is through x-rays and scans and postural exams that we do in our office. You can find out if there's a structural issue. That headache actually might not be the biggest part of your problem. It might be, more than likely, it is almost every single time that I check somebody. It's just a symptom of a bigger problem that's causing that from the inside. And so that's what I challenge with you guys today, is that if you're having these issues, these problems, get it checked up from a chiropractor. If you need to call our office, we can help you out. Our number 704-540-0055. You can give us a call and we will help get this understood about what exactly is going on there and how your body is actually working and healing. And that's what we do. That's what we're able to do. So if you want to consult with us, just give us a call and text us or call us. We'll help you out. And again, start to get to the bottom. If it's not a nerve system problem, then we can point you down a different pathway. But I always look for nerve system problem first because that's the primary goal of what we're looking for.